Hey everybody, it's time for Link to the Past. We are going to play a little bit of The Legend of Zelda. Um, God, I love this game so much. I can't wait to get into this. I've been wanting to play this, um, man, for just a long time. I haven't played this game in a couple of years, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But we're going to jump right into it. And, okay. Let's go ahead and erase this. Let's see here. We throw in the old Namaruski here. Alright. Zelda 3! Super Nintendo. Please help me. I am a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. God, this is so cool. This game has such a, Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't watch the opening. You know what? Let's watch the opening real fast. Hang on, let me reset this real quick. Oh, whoops. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. There it is. Wait a minute. That was weird. Let's watch the opening. I really like the opening to this. It's got like this. The backstory to this game is besides being an introduction to the game, it sets sort of the mood for what's to come. Like the background on it is all like this tarnished gold, and it talks about ancient magics and ancient powers and ancient wars. It all has this feeling like the stuff that was here once upon a time used to be really, really great and beautiful and powerful, but because the coloring has this sort of rust kind of a patina to it, I guess. It looks like it's been tarnished. It really gives it this feeling of something that's been neglected and something that's been long forgotten. Which is why I think it's so cool. The backstory is about, long time ago, they had access to a place called the Golden Land, which was where the Triforce was, kept for safekeeping. And that there was this really big war where bad guys tried to get into the Golden Land to take advantage of the Triforce's power. And that, they call them in this game wise men, I think. 7 sages is just as easily said. They kind of stop that from happening. They seal off the Golden Land, and everything kind of fades into legend, and then we move into present day. But then we have to deal with the mysterious wizard known as Aghanim, which, he's here to mess it all up. So he's captured all of the descendants of the 7 wise men to, break the seal and open the path into the Golden Land again. Somehow, and there's all kinds of weird problems with his plan, but it's just the sort of thing. They set it up. It's like a kind of a, the plot to this game is kind of held together a little bit with string and paper clips, but this was Nintendo's first foray into really. Why's my controller not working now? Are you kidding me with this? There it goes. Yeah, so this is kind of Nintendo's first foray into making a Zelda game that was more story-driven than it was, in the past. The Wizard I don't even know what anyway, the Wizard Aghanim has done something to the other missing girls. Now only I remain. Aghanim has sealed control of the castle and is trying to open the 7 wise men's seal. I am in the dungeon of the castle. Please help me. And then my uncle with his blue hair, he's like, how come everybody, he's got blue hair, I got pink hair, whatever. It's all good. We can have crazy colors here. It's fine. Yeah, Nintendo really tried hard to put a big story on this game. There wasn't really a whole lot of story to Zelda's 1 or 2. This game being Zelda 3. And I think they kind of succeeded. I mean, they did a better job crafting a story when they got into, like, Link to the Past, not Link to the Past, Ocarina and Majora and, like, all those later games. You can stay up when you're grown up. Now go home. If you keep talking to these guys, these are actually your button tutorial. They're like, you know, how to lift things, how to open your map, stuff like that. I'm on my way up there. So yeah, they put in this big backstory. Not to say that Zelda's 1 and 2 didn't have a backstory, because they kind of did. Backstory to Zelda 1 was that Ganon, who was this evil, you know, powerful dude, has control of an artifact called the Triforce of Power. Princess Zelda, who was the ruling... I don't know if she was the ruling monarch, but she was, like, I don't know, in charge of something. She has possession of the Triforce of Wisdom. She shatters it and spreads it around to, to all these different places to keep Ganon from getting a hold of it, and it's your job to collect it and defeat Ganon. And that's the entire story. I didn't want you involved in this, so you didn't have to leave the house. Take my sword and shield and focus power in the blade using the B button. Yes, yes, yes. Zelda is my. Now the adventure begins. And that was really like the whole story. There wasn't anything else to it. It was more about exploring the world and going on an adventure than it was to tell a story. Like that wasn't kind of their intention. And then the same thing happened in Zelda 2, where the story was you're the same character from Zelda 1. You have the Triforce of Power and the Triforce of Wisdom. You're some kind of crazy-ass awesome battle mage now, because you can learn magic spells and fling fire at your enemies and jump really high and do all that kind of shit. Again, probably because you're rocking a big portion of the Triforce. You have to go to these temples to destroy the barrier that's protecting the Triforce of Courage. If you collect a Triforce of Courage, you can awaken Princess Zelda from like a Sleeping Beauty kind of thing. And that's it. Again, that's the entire story. You go like to these towns and you explore and you look around, but there's not a whole lot of other story to that. This game's got like there was a war and there's like a whole alternate dimension where the Triforce is being protected by these 7 wise men who are some sort of like mystics and they guard the thing. And now, somebody who we've never heard of before, a dude called Aghanim, he's like a wizard and he's collecting all the maidens and he's doing all these things. Like there's like plot elements to this game. It's the first time in a Zelda game that they've really explored that kind of a dynamic. I think it's pretty cool. It didn't... There's, like I said earlier, there's not a whole lot of substance to it. But it's neat anyways, And obviously, this was an early attempt. Fuck. It only gets better as time goes by, until the point where you get to, like, Skyward Sword, where it was, like, mostly story, and not as much about playing the game. Like, that game had a lot of like cutscenes and things that were, the cutscenes were good, but I don't know if we needed as many as we got. Gotcha. And then later, even still, we learn more about Aghanim, the character, and we learn about Ganondorf, who is mentioned for the first time in this game. Hey, Zelda. I had a feeling you were getting close. Listen carefully. The wizard is magically controlling the soldiers in the castle. I fear the worst for my father. Damn. There was something I meant to do before I picked up Zelda. That's alright. That's fine. I may still be able to do it, but I don't know. We'll see if it lets me. It probably won't let me. If it doesn't, I'll just explain it with my words. But I kind of wanted to see it in person. They make the point of saying that, like, the palace guards aren't evil, right? Like, all these people in these green outfits that I've been killing this whole time, they're, you know, either they're doing their job or they're being mind controlled, but they're not, you know, bad guys as such. And that really comes into play if it lets me go upstairs and go outside while I've got Zelda in tow here. But I don't know if it will. God, I love the sound direction in this game. Alright, listen carefully. Past the music. And past the hiss of my microphone if you're watching live. I haven't edited the sound yet. We go downstairs. And that noise goes away. That was the rain from outside. You can't hear it when you're in the basement, but if you go upstairs, you hear that it's raining out. How cool is that, man? Like, that's such a small thing that they definitely did not need to add. In fact, it didn't even need to be raining outside in the first place. There was no point to have it be a storm today. But it is. Oh my god, it lets me go outside with the princess. Awesome. I'll talk to this guy down here. Oh. Are they not here? Damn. Damn it. So, before you collect the princess... Oh, here's one. After Aghanim took over, everyone began to act strangely. I suppose it's only a matter of time before I'm affected too. I'm so happy there was one left. There's guards that stand up here throughout the course of the game that huck bombs at you, right? That was one of them. And, like, obviously it kind of breaks the story of the game where I'm breaking the princess out of prison and, you know, I'm an intruder in this castle, really. I gotta answer this text real fast. I'm sorry. I hope that goes over well. He's probably not watching this stream. If he is, I might be blowing it. But I have a surprise party planned for somebody, and I just lied to them via text message. That ornamental shelf should open. Do you have a light? It's pitch dark inside. You can't see without one. If you're ready, let's go. Help me push it from the left. So, Aghanim has been mind controlling the guards, and that guard, like, makes mention that, yeah, man, it's on its way to me. Like, it's gonna happen to me soon. It's such a cool way of pointing out the fact that it doesn't make any sense for the guards to be attacking somebody who's actively helping the princess. You know, like, and it also kind of shines a light on the fact that, like, it really reminds the player that the power that Aghanim has kind of over the entire world. He's successfully mind-controlled the entirety of the palace. There's that sound design again. The rain effect just went away. He's effectively mind-controlled the entirety of the palace guard. And I mean, probably the king as well. Like, who knows where the king is at this whole time. So that he can put his plan into motion. He's already crazy powerful. Even though the way things are happening would... I'm trying to say it without spoiling it, but then I realized this is almost a, like, what is this, a 20-year-old game at this point? More than that? Aghanim is a wizard being controlled by... Where is it? By Ganon from the Dark World, from the alternate reality in this game. And Ganon's power is so great that he can control the wizard into controlling other people. Shit. Shit. I am gonna go on break early. I meant to do 20-minute segments for this, but it looks like this segment's gonna be a 15. Because, haha, everything might be being destroyed right now for this surprise party that I have planned. So I will be right back. I hope you guys can wait for me patiently.